Oh my lord, look at that for a ball flight. That's not looking good, is it? That ball feels so soft. Oh, stop it. This ball's so good. Literally as good as I've got at 306. Just how far have golf balls really come over the last 25 years? Back in 1999, this TaylorMade golf ball was one of the best on the market and would set you back $48.99 a dozen 25 years ago. That's quite ridiculous. Today we're going to test it both out here in the golf course. We're also going to test these two TaylorMade balls 25 years apart in here in the studio for wedges, irons and driver, so make sure you stay tuned for that, against a TaylorMade TP5 to see just how much things have really come on. This video might well shock you, and as you can see we've done the numbers already because I didn't want to come out here and lose it and then not be able to show you the numbers. So let's kick off with this TaylorMade. I should probably say what it is actually. It is an Inner Gel Pro. And it does feel very, very soft. It's a sirloin cover, or sirloin. I don't know, I honestly don't know. But let's go with it and let's see what we can do out here at a gorgeous Woolley Park Golf Club. We're just going to cut this ball open at the end if we don't lose it and see just exactly what it is made of. So how much do you think balls have changed? Because this was a really expensive ball back in the day, and I think the numbers might shock you. Oh my lord, look at that for a ball flight. Now that, look at that. That's one of the best ball flights I've hit in a very, very long time. Let's hit a TP5 up here as well. We are just going to play golf with this ball and we'll talk about numbers inside in the studio because again, shocking. But what's the difference out here with driver? I've got mud on the ball there, look at that. You don't want that, do you? Much lower ball flight there with the TP5. Very similar line though. Is that bounding past it? I'd say they're very similar looking at that. Very impressed with my consistency levels. So a very interesting difference in feel there and very interesting difference in trajectory. You can see we have two shots here and they're pretty much neck and neck. I'm not going to say there's a huge difference there because let's face it, there isn't. But what I will tell you is I can see that the left-hand ball, so the further ball by about a yard, is the TP5 because it's got the stripe on it. So we'll say that wins, but we're going to play this hole out using the Inner Gel Pro and see just what we can score using a 25-year-old ball. These balls actually came in a really cool plastic tub as well. You might remember them, guys. You can get them on eBay and they're quite expensive now, but $48.99 a dozen 25 years ago. That must be like double the price of golf balls back then. So how's it going to perform in the wind? There's a little bit of wind out here today. And how's it going to perform for me around the greens? Because that for me is where a golf ball is vitally important. So we have 155 playing 168. So for me, that's just a nice 7-iron. Chris, would you agree? Yeah. So we'll go with that and we'll see. Would I have been shorter 25 years ago? I was playing golf 25 years ago, actually. Were you? No. No? The numbers are all well and good, but I do feel like you have to get out here on the course to test properly. I've hit that lovely. All over it if it's the club. Go on. Oh, it's short. I thought that was up there. I wasn't going to do this, but we'll go TP5 and just see if I hit a similar strike where it goes. Have I just misclubbed it maybe? Very similar strike. Is that one up there? Yes. Bit of a difference already there, isn't there? Right, so quite short there. You look at the TP5, I felt like there were similar strikes if I'm judging this honestly. Now this is a shot where I would try and land this on the green with a little bit of spin, and this sirloin cover, that people are going to really hate that. Sirloin, it's not sirloin, is it? Has to be sirloin. You can see does cut up really, really quickly. So, must be a soft cover. Is it a 3-piece or a 2-piece? I don't know. We'll find out when we cut it open. It popped up very, very high, didn't it? I feel like with a modern ball, this wasn't going to be the video, but even a Tour response, look at the state of that bag in there. Even a Tour response, I feel like, because it's that urethane cover, I can play the same shot, come out nice and low. Oh no. I mean, that's as identical as it comes, isn't it? Let's be fair. And the Tour response would have been cheaper back in the day. It's funny because golf ball technology hasn't just come on leaps and bounds in how it's made, in its construction, in the materials it's made of. Look at that. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Very fuzzy, isn't it? Like, we also have now, obviously, visible tech, which TaylorMade do claim to be the industry leaders in. And I mean, back in the day, back in 1999, that would never have been a thing, would it?
No.
Would never have been a thing. So we don't have that here. We only literally have that to line it up with. There's no seam. Oh, there's a seam. Is that a seam?
Marcel.
Marcel on screen now. Was he ever sponsored by TaylorMade? Probably. Sponsored by most people, isn't he? Old Marcel. See, it actually felt quite firm on the putter. It felt soft with everything else, but I'm glad we are putting with it because it felt a lot firmer than a European cover would have done. I thought we were holding someone up, but he's done a Gary Martin, that bloke, hasn't he? Kick things off with a wedge. I've set a green out there just at 80 yards, and we'll kick off with the old school TaylorMade ball, which, remember, back in the day did cost $48 a dozen, and that's in 1999. So what kind of numbers can we get over an 80-yard shot compared to a new TP5? That ball feels so soft. I'm trying to hit these all the same. Distance control pretty good, actually. Spinning at 6,000, which is fairly low. Remember, I've only got one of these, so we're going to have to keep getting them. And hopefully we haven't lost it by now on the course, because that would be a huge shame. Right, 6,000 spin. That was the perfect distance. It really does feel phenomenal. That one's a tiny bit short. It's 71 yards, 4,700 spin. And you can see you're actually tearing some of that sirloin or sirloin. Sirloin's a steak, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Sirloin off of the cover. It does feel incredibly soft for a 25-year-old ball. That one was better. 6.2 spin, and that's on the number. That's nearly in. Oh. Right, so realistically, the most we've had, we'll go one more, but the most we've had is kind of 6,300. Can I get a little bit more spin with this old ball? That's as good as I've got, and that's 5,000 spin. Again, a tiny bit short there. So, what about now with the TP5? Listen to that compared to this. That's such a different sound with the newer ball. Oh dear, that's not looking good, is it?
No.
That's not looking good at all. 2024 grooves meet 1999 golf ball, but same shot now with TP5. 6,600 spins straight away there, and that one's on the number. Look at that. It's amazing, like, when we talk about how much technology has come on, a lot of times we talk about drivers, but the golf ball is a big debate, isn't it? It's a big talking point. Straight away, we've got more spin there. I mean, I've duffed that one, and that's nearly 7,000 spin. And again, it's on the number for the distance it's in, that one. Hey, it's in. I at least want some technology, it's gone in. Right, one more, but yeah, 6-7 spin. So we are definitely getting more spin here with the newer ball. And a lot of people might say it's still in the hole, that's why it's not picked it up. A lot of people might say, well, that's not a huge difference, but when you're coming out the rough, when you want that element of control, remember, since 1999, the groove rules have changed as well. So that one's down at 5,000, a little bit floaty. As soon as we start to drop the distance a bit and the spin, or the speed, should I say, spin's obviously going to have a drop off, but realistically here we have seen an improvement in spin. 7,001 that time. Straight away, that's a little bit better. Okay, 170 yards, playing slightly shorter than that because of slope. I'm going to club up, I'm going to go 6. Because if I hit this really good and it goes flag high, the ball might well be shorter. Numbers might say differently inside, but I think when you're out here in the elements, technology might have changed when it comes to even a breath of wind might alter that ball, or the spin might be different off the turf or off a tee. So, I feel like it's a lot of club this, but I think with a nice little fade in, with my new wrist angles, Chris. It's come out low, hasn't it? It's only just made it over that bunker, that. I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't. What have I done with them balls? This wasn't going to be the test, but I feel like it has to be. Similar shot, same club, 6. That's only just over the bunker. Higher, same strike, up there. How much has tech come on? The new ball rule will be interesting, won't it? Is it needed? Always leave the course in a better condition than what you found it, Chris. So I'll get this one, I'll get this one, this one, this one, and I'll finish that one that someone didn't finish. There we go. It's actually done okay. It's run out further than what I anticipated. I'm interested to see where it did pitch, because I thought it only just carried the bunker, but it's actually gone further than the TP5, which in fairness has pitched and stopped here. Where are we saying that's pitched, Chris?
It's on the top.
Yeah, and then just run out. We'll go with another little chip and see if we can play this out. That's checked on you, didn't it? Yeah, that sounded hard.
Yeah.
Compared to...
Same with the putter.
Yeah. Still checked the same, but sounded softer, didn't it? What clubs would have been out in '99?
Just in bubble shots.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's got the burner kind of emblem on it, hasn't it? Very difficult alignment. You must have drawn on it at this point. Look at that. My mince pies aren't seeing that. Working though. Okay, so 7 iron with the 1999 TaylorMade inner gel ball. This was going to be a rival ball for the Callaway Rule 35 and of course the Bellata. What numbers can we get with a 7? I've hit that really nice. That's spinning at 5.7, and what distance are we going to see here? For me, that's a little bit short. That's a 1.56, 1.62 total, and I hit that pretty well, to be honest. What ball speed do we have? 112. Let's just see how consistent we can be here. That's spinning really low. That's 4.6 spin, and again, it's a 1.62. A lot of people might think that you want a kind of low spinning golf ball, but with irons, you actually want a little bit more to be able to control the shots. That's as good as I can hit a 7. 5,001 spin. Is that up there? That's 170, so I'll give it that. I think, like, you look at how this ball really isn't faring very well at all. And golf balls, obviously, you want a soft golf ball, but you want a ball that's going to last you the round. Realistically here, we've hit 4 wedges and 3 irons. That one wasn't a bad distance. .52 spin. It's almost like the ball doesn't have the forgiveness. Like, you hit it good and it can go, but it's varied in distance quite a lot there. I feel like the TP5 might be more consistent. Let's go one more. I can see the shards of rubber coming off the ball. It seems to be launching really low as well. Like, a 7 for me usually launches a bit higher than that. But if I'm getting those numbers, I'm happy with them all apart from the backspin. So let's look at, I'll put this away so we don't lose it. Let's look at TP5. I would imagine this is going to launch higher with more spin and therefore have a little bit more kind of airborne time. Same swing. Can you see how much higher that's launched? Spinning at 6.2. I'd say that's all over the flag, is it? 1.67. And again, I'm not necessarily looking here for more distance. I'm looking for more consistency. Like, really happy with those numbers if I'm playing golf. That was a little bit bottomy, so the spin's dropped. It's still launched nice and high, and that's going to carry what? 1.66. Again, we're in that kind of target. We're in the nice shot area. And all I'm really wanting is consistency. I'm not wanting, I'll say that now, I'll hit one about 180 with a good hit. 6,000 spin, a little bit bottomy. Again launched higher, and it's gone the number, it's gone 167. Definite difference so far in short game and in irons. Driver will be interesting. That's the one I'm really happy with. 6,500 spin with a 7 iron, and that one's gone 169 in the air. Very, very nice. Hey, time to talk big dog with the 25-year different TaylorMade balls. I'm going to kick things off actually with the TP5. We're going to set the stall out, then we're going to see if we can catch it with that 1999 ball. So, a little bit toey that one. You can see we've got a good head speed, 108. Spinning a little bit high. This should carry around 260, 258 carry. It wasn't the best strike on my part, but it's finishing at 272. So does the new golf ball go a lot further? We'll find out. That felt better. It's still 3,000 spin. What's that carrying? 270 odd? 277. For me, a driver generally does carry around 275. That's a lower spin. That's going to be big. That's a 277. Exactly the same. Literally as good as I've got. That's TP5, and that's a 283 finishing at 306. Now we talk the old ball. Again, I hope we haven't lost this yet on the golf course, because I've obviously done this part first, haven't I? That felt good. That felt really good actually. Good ball speed. Spinning nice and low. That's carrying 275. That's 2 yards off. I tell you what. TaylorMade should have just keep producing this ball. 277, that's the same. I mean, that honestly, for a 25-year-old golf ball, is insanity. I feel like that has to be long. 271 carry. 293 total. So, very interesting numbers there. And as you saw with driver, I think it actually outperformed the new ball quite consistently as well. How can we do down the par 5? Try and take the corner on a little bit. Look at that. Exact start line I want, just fading back nicely. That's quite big, isn't it? Quite big. Right, so one thing that we've found is picking the trajectory is a lot harder with this 25-year-old golf ball. The numbers, as we said, I'm really impressed with them. Were TaylorMade ahead of the game in 1999? Should this be the #1 ball in golf instead of the Pro V1 or the Bellata? Imagine if TaylorMade would have gone down the marketing route that Titleist did, or route. People hate it when I say route. But and they were the whole golfing world would be different, wouldn't it? Now this, can we keep this ball down enough? I think it's easier to move, like it's easier to cut, but I need to keep it down initially to be able to cut round towards the par 5. Can I get that low with a 4? Yeah. We're close enough, aren't we? And then leave a nice wedge in and then birdie it, then cut it open and show everyone what's inside. Imagine like a party popper pops out. Or just gas. Oi. Into the wind, I'm not sure if that's helping or not. Probably not. Make it rise more. Oh, stop it. Look at that. That's Tiger-esque at Firestone, isn't it, that? This ball's so good, like from back in the day. So good. I might try and buy some more, actually. I'm quite happy where that's finished, just short. To say we had to keep it nice and low. 56 degree here. Can we just get a little bit of check and leave us a nice short putt for the birdie? Spin. Spin. I'm not going to compare them again. I feel like that would have spun more, to be honest. I even got a little bit of compression in there, Chris. I didn't think I'd have 30 feet for the birdie, did you? No. Would you like to hold that for us? That's coming out next. Careful, it's sharp. One slice and I reckon that's gone. Funny because it's a soft cover, but it feels firm with certain clubs. I bet people in the comments who played with these balls, did you pay $50 for them? come on. Turn, turn, turn. Oh dear, sit. Feels so firm, you're not from distance with the putter. Right, so let's have a look. This will be really interesting. Shall I go that? Look how beat up it is. Properly beat up, that, isn't it?
Not lasting long.
No. Right, down the inner gel sign. Should have done down the seam, shouldn't we?
How are you getting on?
Why is that not doing it? Three-piecer. Tell you what, they were ahead of the game, weren't they? Three-piece, not urethane, but a three-piece sirloin ball. I think that's really good for 25 years old, even if it was expensive. See you tomorrow. Subscribe. Goodbye.